$50,000 in one single week. So if Bitcoin comes a little bit back up again, tomorrow I expect actually a small pullback. Then another one is RNDR, bearish here, at least over the next 2-3 days. Donald Trump escaped yesterday an assassination attempt and single-handedly pushed Bitcoin over the edge above $60,000. For that, first of all, thank you really much, Mr. President. That is, even though amazing, not the topic of today's video. There's one coin only that you want to be right now invested in, because this coin will go to the moon in the next coming days. And I'm going to show you this specific coin and the ecosystem that we need to take advantage of. Let's go. Welcome back, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in again on this Sunday. We are here every single day, no exceptions. So don't tell me that we are not putting in the work here to help you to make a lot of money, guys. So first of all, I want to directly start with Prime XBT today, because I promised you that there will be another winner of $500 that you can use for your trading portfolio to trade with. You cannot withdraw it, but you can trade with it and keep the profits, guys. So, and I told you the only thing that you needed to do was sign up, deposit $100, and then you will be eligible for the drawing. Now, I'm gonna show you why there's only one person. So don't that you don't think I'm actually cheating or somebody that a friend called me up and said, hey, let me win, you know. So here I go to my dashboard where I see when people signed up and also when they deposited. So you see here was one person last week that deposited but immediately withdrew again. So that's why this person was not eligible. And then only another guy or another girl yesterday created this account and deposited this, really late my morning, or really early this morning, depending on how you see that, $100. So that person is the winner of the next $500 on Prime XBT. The user ID 1339635. You are the winner of the $500 bonus. Please contact my team at info@amcrypto.us so that we can allocate you the $500 that you have won. You have 24 hours to claim your winning and to prove to us that this is your account. So without a proof that this is your account, we will not give you the $500. So, but if you're the winner, reach out to us. So now when we're looking at weeks at our Bitcoin trade positions, you see our trades are exploding. They are literally exploding, all of them. Look here, $11,000, $18,000, $14,000 overall, $46,000 in unrealized profits, $7,500 that I took. So overall, $50,000 in one single week, guys, in one single week. Again, if you need an exchange without any KYC, that you can use in the US and with no VPN, go to Weeks. There is a link in the description below. That's where I trade all my Bitcoin trades. And as you can see, we are highly profitable. When I go here to close trades, can I order history? So here, see, only one closed long, and that's when I took profit. No losses here, guys, no losses. Only winnings so far. But I'm about to set a big stop loss, guys, and I'm going to show you why there are some warning signs here on the Bitcoin chart that make me want to do that. But first, let's start off with some good news. Good news are that we are finally testing the upper super trend band on the MDX Algo indicator suite. Now, what we need is a break above $60,900 approximately. I don't believe that we are getting this today. If we would get it today, it would surprise me a little bit, even though it would be bullish. And we would then most likely also flip tomorrow already green, or at least gray, like here. Here's a gray area, transitional phase before we flip green. We would see something like this, because by tomorrow I expect actually a small pullback. I'm going to show you why I actually believe this. But overall, we are looking not that bad here. On the weekly chart also, we are about to break above the upward sloping trend line here that was giving us now resistance, and also the 21 moving average. We are just slightly below that. Here, a small push higher, so another percent to the upside, and we are above it, and would continue the trajectory of this big cup and handle pattern with the gradual target of, I think it's 120, yeah, $128,000. Again, guys, this is not happening tomorrow. This is most likely the primary top in this bull run, but there will be a secondary. So that will be just the first one. Then we get a big correction, then we go into the next one, but we're going to talk about that at a later stage. So here I'm only interested right now that we stay above the upward sloping trend line and that we break above the 21 moving average on the weekly chart. Then here on the Wall Street cheat sheet, we finally got what we were waiting for. We got the confirmation that this down here was the bear trap. So that means we will not ever in this bull run will come back and revisit again $53,200, $52,000, whatever it was, when we are looking at normal candles, not at Heiken-Nashi candles. So here, according to this fractal, you see also by tomorrow, most likely a red candle will come down here. Then we get another red candle. Then we get on Tuesday a candle up. And then we slowly continue to go gradually to the upside. So why do I believe that this fractal is actually playing out? Again, stick around here. I'm going to show it to you. But regardless, also what we confirmed now with yesterday's candle close is that we are in a Wyckoff reaccumulation pattern. So overall, you don't need to stress out here. Just see the move back into this support line as a huge opportunity to either add to your positions or to open new positions, guys. So when we come back to like $58,000, take this as a massive opportunity to go long below $60,000, because once we are getting then above $60,000 again, we are most likely not seeing these prices for a really long time. So, and that's why I'm also relonging this level. So what I did here on ZoomX with my position, that is massively in a profit right now here, $36,000. Don't forget, guys, I took yesterday already profit here, $13,000 and $10,000 in the last 2 days. So I'm already here $24,000 in a profit plus the $36,000 unrealized, but I set a stop loss at $59,750. And I'm going to show you now on the next chart why I actually did this. So, and then what I'm going to do is when we come back to 58, so that's the level where I also longed here last time. Look here at this perfect entry that I gave you guys. That is from where I'm going to relong this again, but I don't want to walk away with leaving this money on the table and round trip. So that's why I have a stop loss here to at least walk away with $28,700. So most likely after fees, it will be like $28,000, something like this. So that will leave the account at $150,000. That also means that I made 50% in this account here in a matter of like 3 days. Again, ZoomX is equally good to weeks. Oh, what I forgot about weeks. You farm an airdrop if you're trading there, but on weeks you get $10 just for signing up that you can immediately use for trading. Plus they have a $45,000 deposit bonus if you use the link in the description. So I almost forgot this, guys. So one of the reasons why I'm a little bit bearish here, at least over the next 2-3 days, is that we have a massive CME gap if we are opening CME tonight at current price levels, because the price is trading with the spread that we usually have on the Bitcoin CME chart around $60,300. That's where we are at on the CME chart. But we closed Friday. Okay, now even if I move it a little bit higher, it doesn't really matter. So then we are at 58,000, let it be $800. That's where we closed on Friday. That is a $1,500 CME gap. So this gap will get closed rather sooner than later, and I expect it to close in the next 48 hours after CME open again. It can happen immediately, it can drag out a little bit, but overall this will get filled in the next 48 hours. And once that is getting filled, I will get stopped out of my ZoomX trade, which is fine, but I'm going to relong at 58,200, 58,400. There I'm gonna relong, and then I'm gonna trade this at least to $65,000 on the way back to the upside. Another indication that we are now getting a small retracement is here the MDX indicator that I have here. Remember, that is here the trend dynamic scalp gradient on MDX algo. So we got here a topping signal. So here this shield shaped plot is a topping indication. That candle got also the same sign. Now it's gone. It doesn't mean that it cannot come back. So I guess it was when we were around $60,100, $200 that we got this plot. So if Bitcoin comes a little bit back up again, then most likely we also get back the topping plot here. And another reason is that we now print red candles in this gradient, which means the price is overheated and we need to get a small retracement. So and that retracement most likely, like I said, will come back to our entry level here. That's why I'm saying, guys, if you're in this trade setup, some profit or at least raise your stop loss into a reasonable level, something like $59,500, $600. Just in case that we come back down, because we can relong it from $58,400. So there's no problem in that. And I rather relong it here, and then we just basically go up only instead of round tripping these profits that we made already and leave them on the table. So, but regardless, the direction is still to the upside. You see this here overall on this 4-hourly chart with our liquidation levels. So now the EMA ribbon finally flipped back into an uptrend. We're gonna hold this uptrend in my opinion, but like I said, we most likely come back tomorrow, after tomorrow, to immediately retest the EMA ribbon here once it flipped, and also the 0.5 retracement level on the Fibonacci retracements at $58,600. This is all in alignment as a really good retest of support before we then get our leg to the upside and go and test the 200 moving average here around $61,700 on the 4-hourly chart, while the 50 moving average is coming up here, and by within a week potentially we might get another golden cross around the $61,000, $62,000 level, and that will be your final confirmation to go long for the mid to long term uptrend that we are entering right now already. Now, in terms of liquidation levels, we cleaned a lot up here. Now we have only low leveraged liquidations above us, mostly, not only, but mostly. But we have also high leverage positions below us that might get cleaned before we get this leg to the upside. That's why I'm calling a little bit here for caution, guys. But again, the overall direction is to the upside. You also see this when I go here to the liquidation heat map. So here the hottest area is right now $60,700. I'm not ruling out that we are touching this today or in the next 3 days, that we are going up and touch this. And afterwards it's $65,000. That is the level that we need to watch. And that is also my one of the first targets where I take massive profit on my ZoomX and also on my Weeks account after I have relonged on ZoomX, of course. So now when we're going to the 12-hourly chart, also here you see that Bitcoin is running into some major resistance on the VPVR. Here that VPVR cluster from $61,000 to $62,000 is giving a Bitcoin resistance here on the way up. That's why we see here already a small rejection in the current candle. Regardless, like I said, there is the possibility that the next candle is pushing up here, and only then we get the rejection back to the downside. So I would definitely advise you to look out for that. So if we get that move here to the upside, I'm gonna raise my stop loss, because my ZoomX trade will be around $50,000 or even a little bit higher. So of course I'm gonna raise my stop loss to around $60,400, $60,500, something like that, if we touch $61,000. And you should basically do the same, guys. Then Bitcoin dominance. Bitcoin dominance is here in that symmetrical triangle, pushing to the upside while Bitcoin is going up, which is absolutely normal. But again, once we are reaching here 55%, most likely by later today or tomorrow, in my opinion, that will be the moment where we are in the short term topping out, because then, like I said, over the next 2-3 days, I expect a small retracement, which will also lead to that the dominance comes down. And then when Bitcoin goes up again, dominance should keep falling to the downside. And the reason for this is that one coin that we're going to talk about here in a minute, guys. So stick around here. We're almost there. And you want to make sure to watch here everything until the end so that you exactly know what I'm talking about here. So then the funding rate heat map is also, look at this. This is insane. you should long across the board when it comes to altcoin, guys, honestly. So I'm in so many altcoin trades already. I'm overexposed, I would almost say, which is not healthy, guys, not healthy. So but I actually might reorganize my positions a little bit. Then the RSI heat map also, most of the coins coming back into the neutral area, which is again showing you that it is time to position yourself into some altcoins before we are moving here into the strong and overbought area on the RSI. And again, guys, if you want to trade altcoins, I trade most of my altcoins on BYBIT. So here I'm a little bit underwater on my AVEX trade. I hope this will change really soon. If you want to trade on BYBIT, there is a link in the description below, guys. You can claim a $500 trade position on BYBIT with the link down below, absolutely for free. You only need, I think, $200 in your account to be eligible to claim that position. So go and sign up on BYBIT. It's free money, guys, you know. So why would you not take advantage of free money if it's handed to you and build positions that you can hold over the next couple of weeks and make $2,000, $3,000 from these positions, guys. Now, the coin that I'm talking about is Ethereum. And the reason is the Ethereum ETF might get approved as early as tomorrow, guys. Tomorrow. So once the Ethereum ETF is approved, you're definitely going to see a big pump in Ethereum to the upside. I'm 100% convinced of that. So and here on Twitter, you see that somebody wrote the Ethereum approval anticipation. There's significant buzz around the potential approval of the Ethereum spot ETF. And that this ETF could be possibly trading as early as July 15 once we have the final approval on the S1 forms. So that can technically happen by tomorrow. Then other news outlets saying Ethereum could jump 90% following the ETF approval, even if funds lack popularity of Bitcoin. And I'm going to show you a chart here in a second that is underlining that statement that we are potentially looking at a 90% move in Ethereum. Then also here on Watch Guru, S1 was filed by Vanek over the last couple of weeks. And then here on Blockworks, you see all the pending S1 approvals here from ARK Invest, Vanek, Grayscale, BlackRock, Hashtags, Galaxy, and Fidelity. So they could get all approved by tomorrow. So now with that cocktail that Trump, our pro-crypto future president, was attempted to be assassinated yesterday, plus an Ethereum ETF, trust me, this will lead to a giga pump in Ethereum. Also, when you look on chain, since there was rumors of an Ethereum spot ETF approval, the total TVL has massively increased here over the last couple of months. So the first time there was speculation immediately on the day that the Bitcoin ETF was approved, here on the 11th, 10th January, the TVL was 34, what is this, thousand? Yeah, no, it must be $34 billion. Now the TVL is sitting at $54 billion. So it almost, okay, not doubled, but that is an increase by 40%, guys. So 40% increase in TVL since the Ethereum ETF speculation. So, and here one of the most important charts that you need to watch right now is the Ethereum Bitcoin chart, because here is overall a big bullish pennant going on, this one here. And once this is breaking to the upside, and we are close to the apex here on the weekly chart, once we are breaking this to the upside, let's say we are not breaking it this week, we are breaking it next week. So that would give here a target of 0.11 Bitcoin for one Ethereum. And that is actually a little bit more than a 100% move on the Ethereum Bitcoin chart. And in dollars, this will translate to even a higher move on the Ethereum USDT chart. So here, 106%. Usually Ethereum pumps a little bit higher than that. Let's say we would get here a break from here and it would go up. I actually going to show you this on another chart. So let's talk about the short term here. If we get tomorrow an ETF approval, expect that Ethereum immediately jumps to like $4,000. I'm without doubt in my mind, we are going straight to $4,000 if that is happening, guys. There's no question. So once we get the approval. Otherwise, that downward sloping trend line might still give us a little bit resistance here on that 12-hourly chart. We could also get a rejection if Bitcoin now takes a dump, but it doesn't matter, guys. Once that downline is broken, I reckon it will coincide with the Ethereum spot ETF approval that we are breaking this line and start to move here to the upside into our first target of $3,400 and then $4,000. And above, we have more targets. On the higher time frames, also here we look bullish on the weekly chart because the RSI is pointing to the upside. This downward sloping trend line is the same. It needs to get broken. And once we are breaking this, I just want to give you a little bit perspective. Look at this here. So if we are breaking right now a little bit higher, let's say from 3,250, and we get here a 106% move, that would put Ethereum at $6,700. So again, usually when you get a 100% move on the Ethereum Bitcoin chart, Ethereum goes way higher than that. So I would reckon that, of course, guys, this is not happening in one single day. That will be gradually over the next couple months. But I reckon the target will be up here, a 180% at the 3.618 at $9,182. I think that will be the long-term target. So now ask yourself, do you want to be exposed to Ethereum in a 10x trade potentially and make here like 10x your money? Or do you want to trade in and out, in and out, in and out with the Ethereum spot approval? Honestly, I rather open a generational wealth creation Ethereum long on 10x to avoid liquidation. Once we are breaking this downward sloping trend line, because once it's broken, I have a hard time believing that we will come back and see Ethereum for the rest of the cycle again at $3,200 at some point. I have a really a hard time believing this. One of the coins that you also should have in your portfolio, in my opinion, that is also setting up for a giga move is ENS. So ENS is one of the beta plays on Ethereum. So here, same thing. We are right now in the golden ratio at $25.70. Once we are closing a 4-hourly candle above the golden ratio, you can technically long this already. But I also tell you, once we are hitting the 0.5, raise your stop loss to the golden ratio level to just in case if we turn around that you get stopped out at break even and don't really lose any money. But overall, indicators are lining up for a massive move here to the upside. Here, the MACD is printing really small red candles and also lighter red candles. The RSI, stochastic RSI is about to give a buy signal, and the RSI also slowly turning here gradually to the upside, while we have here a higher low structure, here an upward sloping trend that is telling me, and also here an old now higher high. So that is telling me that ENS is still in an uptrend and just here moving sideways before we get another massive leg to the upside, potentially first into this prior higher high here of almost $35. So that is a 35% move. So my stop loss would be, I would put my stop loss, I would feel comfortable here. So that is a 1 to 5.8 more or less risk to reward ratio, guys. So that is a trade that I would be looking at to take for myself. You see here entry $25.75 just to be sure, with a 4-hourly candle close. That is where you want to enter this. Then and also something else I want to mention here, above us is no supply. So that means supply needs to be created here because we have only demand. So and that is usually a really nice cocktail to get a nice move to the upside, because if there's no supply above us, that means nobody is ready to sell yet, and that will push the price really quickly to the upside and to a level where people say, okay, now I'm ready to separate from these coins. Then another one is RNDR, usually also really good here. Again, we sniped this entry down here. We are in a nice profit. Here, if you want still to enter RNDR, I give you a level that you need to watch where you can enter this to try to trade this into the next supply area, and that is here. $6.22 is the level where you want to enter supply area, and your stop loss is down here. So also here 12% to the upside against the 2.7% stop loss. So of course, again, here you want at least a 15 minutes candle above $6.23 before you enter this trade, and be mindful of a supply zone also above us that can stop us on the way up, as it did yesterday, before we move here into the bigger supply zone in the $7.10, $7.20 area. Then Phantom did really well here. So if you caught a trade down here, you are in nice profits. We tested the downward sloping trend line, got for now rejected from it. But I think the higher time frames are still having some juice left. Yeah, so here's still some juice left. When I look at the RSI, we are above 42%. Also, the stochastic has still a little bit left. And the MACD just flipped 2 days ago bullish here. So there is still a little bit more juice to go to the upside, but the 12-hourly looks overextended. So in the short term, we could see some more sideways action. But I believe that here the shorter time frames will dictate price action for the time being, and that looks like that we are ready to get another attempt on breaking the 49.5 cent level. So if you want to enter here another trade, wait of this downward sloping trend line to be broken, and then you can trade this into 60 cents with a stop loss at around current prices. Then on Margex, our near trade is doing really, really well. Again, if you want also to trade on Margex, a link is down below. Also for Fairdesk, I almost forgot Fairdesk, there you can also trade for an airdrop right now. So here I have a new trade set up if you want to enter a trade. If we come back here to like $5.36, that is your, $5.21. That would be your entry. That is roughly 2% under the current price if we get a retracement. And then you trade this into $7.73. Here on the daily chart, we are seeing some exhaustion, but this is okay. We had like a week of up only on near. So there must be some consolidation. Hence why I believe that we will turn around a little bit, consolidate, and then continue to move to the upside by mid and next week, unless something crazy happens that would give us fuel to just keep pumping here to the upside, like a crazy partnership or something. But yeah, overall, we are still looking bullish here. And guys, before I go, one last coin that I want to give you, and then I really have to go here. This video is getting way too long. We have a bullish, we have a symmetrical triangle here on TON, but this is not looking good. We need now the next 4-hourly candle to push above the downward sloping trend line. Otherwise, we're most likely going to see a rejection. If we get a rejection, we might come back to $7.10. This will be another level where I would be personally looking for opening along, and then I would just add at the level up here at $7.37 to that long position, and then trade this into $8.12 into this higher high that we had over here. And that's it for today's, guys. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Make sure that you smash up the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and I see you then again with more profits tomorrow.